Hi, this is Jody from Poppy Winkle, and today I'm going to talk about envelopes, all kinds of ways to make them and use them in junk journals, including using those ubiquitous junk mail envelopes. And I'm going to give you a link to a printable for these kind of envelopes here, this one and this one, and these. So let's get to it. I had a lot of fun with envelopes in this journal. Here I used an envelope and I just attached it with the back of the flap, and I decorated it and I put it on a pocket. So this was a plain pocket and I just decorated a little bit with that envelope, and then I stuffed it with some fun goodies. And so that looks really cute. Here I used a, what's it called? Like a high up and down coin envelope, I think it's called, that I made, and I put some nice paper in it, and then I just decorated the page by flipping the top over so you see it on both sides, and then putting a little clip there. There's another envelope. Here are all sorts of envelopes. Here's a vellum envelope with some little writing paper in it, and I'm using that in a pocket. Same here. That's an envelope. And so I'm stuffing that into a pocket. And then this whole page is just envelopes, all different sizes, attached just like that other one I showed you, just by the flap. And then I stuffed each little envelope with all sorts of fun ephemera and stickers and things. And I think that's just a really super easy and super fun way to make a nice page. Here's kind of a weird little thing I came up with, an envelope kind of mechanism. So I have a regular envelope, and then I attached a brad through it and put some tape over it just so it doesn't rub anything. So we have this little piece of cardstock with a brad through it, and then I did the same on this page, cardstock circle with the brad through it, and then I covered that up over there too, just so the brad doesn't get in any way. But then it makes a nice little holder there, so it's decorative and it holds the envelope in place, and it still has some writing paper inside of it. And what else? Here is an envelope. Oh, I used it as a tag topper. So it's just a tiny little envelope with some writing paper inside, and then I put it over the top of a tag like that and clipped it. Just something little decorative. So these kind of envelopes are probably the easiest and fastest to do. Just a regular little envelope. And all you do is you take, if you have a square piece of paper that you are not happy with, this one happens to have Michael Jackson prominently featured, which is not really, kind of odd. But anyway, this happens to be 5 by 5, but you could take any square piece, and you just, I already did it, but I'll show you. You just line up the top and the bottom point and make a little line that way, and then line up this top and the bottom point and make a little line this way, and then you know exactly where the center is. And then you figure out how to make Michael Jackson disappear, if you can. Let's see, I want to do it, I think, like this maybe. That's going to be the side, yeah. So anyway, you take one side and put it exactly in the middle, to the middle point, and crease it. This is kind of a weird vellum kind of stuff, so it creases really well. And then take the other side and put it there to the center so they both meet So these 2 points are exactly meeting. Now this one, when you bring this up, this is going to be the bottom of your envelope. You want to bring that up. You don't want it to come just to the center because then nothing will overlap to glue it. So you want to bring it up so it covers maybe a half, maybe a quarter of an inch on either side. Just enough to put a little glue in. And then you just fold that up. So no measuring other than just finding the center, which you could probably do with your eyes. And you wouldn't necessarily have to mark it ahead of time. So anyway, there's your envelope. This one you want to fold down also to overlap. So the top, the two sides go just to touching, and the bottom, so you're going to have a little extra here. Okay, there it is. See that little piece there? And you're going to have that on the top too, as well. So I'm going to cut that little triangle off because it's not going to show down here once we fold that up and glue it, but it will show here because this is the envelope flap. So I'm just going to cut those 2 little pieces off real quick. And there was an avalanche of things. So that's all it takes, no measuring. You could use 5 by 5, 6 by 6, whatever square pieces you have. And then I'm just going to stick some glue down in there. What did I do? Oh, there we go. I got myself confused. Okay, so you fold in the sides. Stick a little bit of glue. Where are we going to put it? We're going to put it here and here. And then we're going to fold this up. And then I like to fold this part down. You could cut it off, but I just like to fold it down inside there. And that gives it kind of a nice finished touch. So there you have it. Simple, simple envelope, but really cute. Oh, and there's Michael Jackson right all over the front of it. Oh well. So another way to make an envelope is this printable that I'm going to link to in the description. And you can have it for free. All you do is you print it out on something heavy, and then you can cut all around it and use it as a template, or you can just print it onto whatever. This is another one I'm going to give you. You just print it onto whatever cardstock or paper you're going to use, and then cut it out. So you either print it somewhere heavy and use it as a template over and over and over again, or you print out the pattern on your paper every time. So there's 2 ways to do it. Anyway, so it makes an envelope. This one is 1.5 by 2 1/4. It makes 2 of those, and the other one is 3 by 4 1/4. This one I did with vellum. And I sealed it with glue, and you really can't, you can see it after I take the thing out, but when it's stuffed with a little piece of paper or something, you can't really see the vellum, the glue. To put it together is you fold in to make a rectangle, right? So every time these things meet, you fold it in. And then you're going to go with a little, I'll use a little of my glue here. This stuff is great. I'll put a link to this if I have it. Because it seals, but it doesn't wrinkle. It doesn't wrinkle the paper. So I love that. And so there you go. There's an envelope. And I love that they're different sizes. That's so fun. So as I alluded to, here is the other printable that you can get for free on my website. And there's a link below. And this is for kind of a coin envelope, which is very cool. So this one happens to have, because I put it on there, this closure. And so you use cardstock in a circle, you put a brad through it, and then you tie a string around it. And then there's the brad. And then down here, you make it look nice, you know, you put it in a nice place so it looks good. And you do the same thing. And I did this before I put it together, because if you try to do it now, like once it's together, it's really hard to get that brad open. So you, when you make it, here I printed it on this and cut this out. So when you make it, you would do what? You would fold this over, put this down, and then you'd kind of mark a little hole. Like I want the closure to be here and here. So you put a hole where you want your closures, and you poke a thing through, poke a little needle or an awl through, and then put your brad through your circle right here and here, and then attach them now before you close up the envelope, is my point. And I think I have a blog post or a video or something very explicitly saying how to do that, and I'll link to that if I can find it. So as promised, I did come up with some new ways of using junk mail envelopes. For this one, I just used this section, although it was bigger. The plastic part was bigger, the window. And so here's the window, and I just cut out around it and I decorated it. And so then you have a pocket. I put a back on it. Then you have a pocket where you can slide a little tag in. Now this one was, the color I wanted to use was too short, and so I put a back on there to make it a little taller, and then that gave me a pocket. So this has a little secret pocket with a writing space in there. The way I was able to cut that window out perfectly was I used vellum. So here, vellum is see-through, but it's also very sturdy. It's not like tissue paper or anything. So you put vellum down on your window. I'm not doing a very smooth job of it because I'm in a hurry. But you can push your pen up against the paper and kind of travel around it. But anyway, you would just cut that out. So put this onto your paper, whatever paper you're going to use, and cut this part out. And then you could probably save this and use it over and over again, because sometimes you get the same shape windows. But anyway, then you'd have paper with the hole cut out. And then you could put that on your envelope, and this would all be covered up, and you could see here. Another way to use an envelope, a junk mail envelope, is right here. This is a junk mail envelope that wasn't used. So it was like a return address one. And so here's the sticky part, and then you flop it over like this. And I just cut off this edge and this edge to make it a good size. And so then when you put it in here, oh, and I before I did anything, I stamped here and here to make it pretty. And then I put washi tape here to reinforce this pocket and to cover up the sticky so it doesn't accidentally glue itself shut. So then what you have is you can glue this in. Maybe I'll just do it. You can glue this in. Now first, glue up this pocket here on this side and this side in the center, and then here. So then that makes a pocket. This bottom thing is now a pocket. And then if you glue this in, which way? If you glue it in like this on the back, you'll have a pocket here, and then you'll still have this pocket. So it'll be 3 pockets on each side. What did I say? Yeah. And I do that on the other side too, but I'm not gonna today. I'm not taking up all that time. So I'm gonna put it up here a little bit because that's kind of cute. Oh look, and I made a mess with the glue. Anyway. So then I do the other thing here, and like I said, then you have a pocket here between the envelope and the page, and then here you have a pocket because the envelope itself is a pocket, and then you have a pocket here in the front, and then you'd have the same on this side. Okay, here's one more quickie little thing I did with the junk mail envelope. I just cut it right around here. So I got this, and it's a front and a back, and then I put a pretty picture in here so it shows through. And now I'm going to seal that up. I'm not going to make it into a pocket, a double pocket. I'm making a pocket, but I'm not going to make a double pocket. Oh, but I don't want to put glue under the window. So just go around here and seal that up. And then I decided to decorate it with some washi tape, but alas, down here, I don't know if you can see, but it shows through. That black shows through the letters. So if you happen to have some whiteout, you just go over that with the whiteout, and that makes it invisible under the washi tape. Like that. So now you can't see those black letters anymore. So then I would just wrap these around so they stay nice and sealed. There's my pocket. I would round the edges if I hear as if. Here it is. Round the edges so it's pretty. And then I would just go glue, 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 and put it in here with glue under here, here, and here, and then you have a pocket. A pretty pocket made out of a junk mail envelope. So I hope you enjoyed these tips. Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and thanks again. Bye.